Good evening. These poems are in multiple voices. Think of it as the chorus of a Greek tragedy. Dionysos. I wish you hadn't declared these poems big news. It is. My eyes suck it in like window shade rollers. I would not believe. Have pity on the people. I do, especially their looks. But stealing your Toyota, it's only fair you call that an emergency too. The only guys showing up are looters. It's not easy to hold them back without love. It takes a writ. The Nazis never opened their minds up enough to see our good side. No, wait. To be fair, some of them got that. Yet, if one were to strip off all the Elsa decorations, think how much more open space there'd be in the world. Fair. I'm off to smoke out the monster at the end of this book. I hope these tough-looking, avant-garde people leave soon. Lübeck. Gunter Grass has passed away in Lübeck by the icky sea. Death's majestic. I saw the sponge worm's round mouth lined with brief needle teeth. Not a high-minded thing. We will each laugh at death one time too many. We'll find ourselves mowed down in our own damned orchards. Money and confetti, Fox 5 new show, poems by John Coletti. 30 adult winged sentinels, my resources say, are not enough. We shaded the other worshippers, barely 4 or 5 points. We never got a chance to shut down that dog shit radio station. Tondo. New York City makes the noise of bullocks while taking sweet breaths of frantic peace. Everybody's devastating somebody. The memo to Paris is get more new players. We do what we want on roller coasters of what we mishear, like coruscating, noiseless doors. 2 32-piece chicken tenders, 4 Diet RCs, the enemy squadron taking hold of us, being sold on us. My ghost never came back, it was lit. I was left to close the gap in the watching of her stead. I remember a man named Him. After hand-signaling the crop manager, he chose to join. 2 weeks later, I'm immunated. I'm retarded. I can barely resolve fat shadows out of the blinds. I look up at Jupiter, but Jupiter won't even hover. So my main man took me down to the plains, and I swam toward the big red eye. Come down on me, sky of rosin. I really want to win this one. I launched. Now look on me with your eyes fucking open. Sonnets about the real sun. 1. I see people heading into crowds of people. I shake my head at the old megacity, huddling together like that. They're all exposed to any bad news. I want to drive away. They can't discern a single quiet, meaningful sound, only the percussive rush of blood. Here's a fact about Pharaoh. He farts, and we have to just sit there. I'm supposed to believe the sun itself has an agonized, squinching little face, that the sun can't go 30 feet without falling off his incredible pony? Fine, but I can damn well look up and see the real sun. 2. Would you buy it? Oh, brother. The book's out, son. I got the check from the college. 5 million. They found me a Pontiac Trace after I complained. I drove out and did my readings in Iowa City in front of angry, determined young women. In my novel, oh, forget it. Not here. What anybody reads can certainly be re-expressed, but these writers seek to break my neck. I ought to bake a tart and fill it with lead solder. You can put it right where the ad says to put it. Stop humming like you're some offshore finance hub. I'm sure you, what? It's only the sun. I won't walk away until my kid mans the wheel. The evidence room was like my personal ATM. Church, God's running through you so hard. You crumple into your entertainment center. You tan, you pray, run, blisters and lesions on your mouth and your tongue. With your Bible open, the pain is a joke. You hold onto a girl's hand while her hair never moves. She had on a dress vest of thick red mealy fabric, a flight of zippers, and a bandwagon navy blue skirt. Though intellectually, I could punch holes through most of the strip's architectural follies with a child's golf club toy. The same goes for our megachurch, brother. But we won't do it to this woman. What your daughter did, though, that kid is religious. You almost wish you could harvest that belief level for our big upcoming outreach, where we be tricking God into coming out of his hiding place. "345 variants of Cinderella. He washes his daughter's hands with warm milk. The factory sends aid, but the girl refuses. What Kathleen did at Peach Court Mall endows her with looks, brings her the love of a good duke, placing her at the mountaintop of juniors tennis. She and the bride wake up and eat smoked clams. I loved her so much I would drink the muddy water cooling in her horse's hoof prints. The bear claw is never far enough from the bear. The big thing turns to face me directly and speaks. I try to order something more complex than a quesadilla. I even start paging the servers. She was up in her ancestral caves, weaving or something, making fire hooks and bread. I see she's now placing a mound of suspicious-looking gold clothes into an unlit hole. When you wake up, be ready to cry. The curse always reaches your family before you do. One of your stepsisters is incinerated, but later her ashes are stirred into the queen's porridge. She didn't eat that much of it, but she did have some. She was instantaneously transformed into a chimichanga. Claims. That's what I claimed. I went out boogie dancing and arrived home with a clap. I writhed around in my football-shaped bed for 4 days. I replayed every level as silver molten Mario, like a little lockstep follower cheater. I am truly foul. I got Latino arms, a black dude's back, and space legs. The only thing white about me is that I am a white icon. So I'd like to finish just playing a couple of short films that are little love letters from New York for you. One of them I'll quickly describe as a film about the Brooklyn Bridge, starring America's greatest Romanian import, Johnny Tarzan Weissmuller, accompanied by the collage poetry of the great American objectivist writer George Oppen. The second piece is it's about New York, and it's called I Am Freedom. I hope you enjoy them.
I am the father of no country and can lie. But whether mendacity is really the best policy and whether one is not afraid to lie. Attack on the innocent, the constant saying, are also art. But here, parallel lines do not meet, showing its whitewash in the daylight, in which things explain each other, not themselves. And then play into their jobs, their circles, lose connection with themselves boning with age. This is our home, the planet, it is our home. Wolves may hunt with wolves, but we will lose humanity in the cities and the suburbs, stores and offices in simple enterprise. It is a place. Nothing is left it. People are born. From those who are there, how have I forgotten? How have we forgotten? That which is clear, we dwindle, but that I have forgotten. The river and its rough machinery on the sloping bank, I cannot know from all its sources. For over us the serpent, whose tail is in his mouth, he is the root of evil, this ringworm, the devil's, he has no story. Dingy medallion in the gutter, let it alone, it is deadly. Perhaps the world is hard. Or thrown from the process of the suns and like radar, but it is dark. It is as dark as radar. The lights shine, the fire on the bare ground. There one finds the Indian, the land pretty much as it was. And because they also were a people in danger, because they feared also the thing might end, I think of the Indian songs, the return of the sun, river of our substance, flowing with the rest, river of the substance, of the earth's curve, river of the substance, of the sunrise, river of silk, of erosion flowing. Some of the young men have become aware of the Indian.
I am Amen.